Welcome back. It is Sunday, September 29th, 2024, and you're watching the One More Round live chat. What's good, y'all? My name is Gaff. I'm the host of this here show. You already know what we do here by now. We're 8 episodes in, 2 months in now. Just saying. We're an MMA and boxing podcast. We give you all the news, latest, before everyone else does. Everybody gives it to you on Monday. Guess what? Got you on Sunday, right before football starts. A little violence before your violence. You feel me? Yeah. Um, please follow, like, subscribe. One More Round Fights. You already know what's good. Please, we're growing. We're growing slowly, but we're growing. The subs are going up. The likes are going up. Thank you guys for all the content you've been liking. Thank you if you tailed. Again, if you watch the watch along this weekend for UFC Paris, kinda / PFL Europe 3 Glasgow. You probably saw us, Luke didn't do so well. I did okay. I fought back to 0, maybe a little past 0. But yeah, we had a watch along for UFC Paris. You can check it out down there. Yeah, you saw I had to think about that. This is Luke's channel right there, the main card minute. Please hit that QR code right there, and then it'll subscribe you to his channel. And then you can also hit mine right here. That's the QR code for One More Round Fights. Also follow us on Instagram, TikTok, X if you like Twitter or whatever it's called. Follow Luke on there. Yeah, those are the handles. If you won and you want to be featured on the show, please send me your wins. I haven't gotten any wins yet. Who's going to be the first one? Who's going to be the first one to tail and send me a win and get on that board? Who's going to be it? Is it going to be you? I hope it's going to be you. But yeah, please send it to onemoreroundfights@gmail.com. That is onemoreroundfights@gmail.com. Again, thank you to our sole sponsor so far, W.GG. W.GG, supplements, powders, vitality, everything to get you going, everything to get you good. Use our code One More Round, get 30% off. Maybe it's 10, but I think it's 30. Yeah, W.GG. Use promo code One More Round. All one word. One More Round. W.GG. Check them out. And that should wrap it up for the semantics. Let's get into it. We had a big fight weekend ahead. Lots of MMA, a little bit of boxing, and a couple people I want to highlight and talk about. So we're going to use this whole hour today. Maybe go a little over, but I will get you done and over before we get into our football games at 1. Definitely before 12:30. Hopefully before 12:15. We'll see what happens. But let's get into it. Let's start off easy. PFL happened. PFL Europe 3 happened at a Glasgow, Scotland, headlined by the Scottish man himself, Braveheart, Stevie Ray, going up against submission specialist Lewis Long. What a night of fights for PFL. Went kind of as planned. Everybody kind of won who was supposed to win. And it wasn't a boring night of fights at all. There was a lot of finishes. A lot of good fights happened. A lot of highlights. Lots of things to be talked about. So PFL Europe should not be brushed under the table. Don't only think about the PFL playoffs in the US. PFL Europe's still popping off. They got a bunch of good fights happening. Got a bunch of good fighters getting featured on there. Lots of up and comers. One that I shouted out very much, and we got out of that fight by the skin of our teeth. I'll get to it when I get to it. But let's start with the top of the card here. We started off with Braveheart. He fires up Scotland with a Scottish twister, a little modified twister on the ground. Looked great. Lewis Long didn't know what the hell was going on. This is at 4 minutes and 21 seconds of round 1. Lewis Long went in there and did what he was supposed to do, get submitted by the Scottish great himself, Stevie Ray. Stevie Ray looked great. Didn't get out with any injuries. Got his hand raised in his home country, brought the family in there. It was a good time. So it was a wholesome moment for PFL. No upset happened there, and we were happy. Then we had a co-main event, Battle of the Old Dudes. Robert Whiteford, Roger Huerta, 41 years of age, combined 82 years of age. Yeah. Why was this the co-main? I don't know. But they were both coming off long layoffs, and what I thought would happen happened. Huerta way too old to be coming back. Looked like a money grab because it was a unanimous decision. He might have won a round out of there. He might have won a round. But it was 30, 27, 29, 28, 29, 28. So they saw it some way for him. I didn't see it that way. I saw it 30, 27. White for a boy. What up? He was in all my parlays, every single one of them. Whiteford was in that because I just knew Roger Huerta coming off that long of a layoff, he never looked good even when he was fully in. So I didn't see that going any other way but a Whiteford win, unanimous, or a Whiteford finish. And we got what we got. Then we have Mark Ewan getting love, getting a Darce choke. Round one, the Scottish. Sorry about that. Hold on. Forgot to grab a water today, so I'm gonna have to do this commando style. We're just gonna go for it though. Shouldn't have took that extra rip before this. But anyways, yeah. Mark Ewan got the submission Darce choke round 1, 2 minutes and 30 seconds in. Wow. Lewis McGrillen Evans, another pick of mine that people didn't fully believe in, but hey, your boy knows what he's talking about. Sick left hook. Go watch the highlight. My man Lewis McGrillen Evans, baby. What a hook. What a hook. Yeah. Round 3, minute 45. KO's Dean Garnett. Not TKO. KO, baby. Yeah. Told you. If you follow that parlay, you're welcome. More to come on that later. And then we had Alexander Luster, Julian Pierre Lopez. This was a submission grappler's dream right here. If you want to watch some grappling, go watch this fight. I mean, honestly, just watch the main card, but go watch this fight. Rear naked choke, round 1, minute 15. Just scrambles on scrambles until it was over. Florham Zendelli with the upset. It was a robbery. Let's be real. Killed my safe parlay, my PFL safe parlay because of this. Would have hit as well. But yeah, Jack Grant got robbed by Florham Zendelli. Jack Grant drops his bitch ass in round 1. Dropped him. I thought it was over then. Somehow, by the grace of God for this man, so whatever God he looks up to was looking over him because he got saved. And he made it out of this round 1. Jack Grant comes out in round 2, still beating him up, but getting pushed against the fence, but still beating him up. Knees, inside punches, all that. Somehow the judges saw round 2 for Florham Zendelli. And a similar story, maybe a little bit more dominant for Zendelli in round 3, but still not enough for me to give him the round, in my opinion. The judges saw it 29-28, 28-29, 29-28. Jack Grant loses by split decision, minus 800 favorite on the card. Needless to say, that was absolutely devastating because that was like a runaway pick for me. He was almost my gold star pick of the week. It was actually Robert Whiteford, maybe Stevie Ray. But yeah, Jack Grant loses split decision and loses our parlay. I'm sorry to everyone that tailed. The split decisions fucked us this week so hard. We should have had 3 out of those 4 parlays hit. But what can you do? The judges are not here to make us money. It's just not what they're here to do. And then we had another huge upset. The main card started off with 2 huge upsets. Ibrahim Amane gets TKO'd in round 1 by punches. Minute and 26 in by Danielle Michelli. Did not see that coming either. Big favorite. I think Ibrahim Amane was it was a 4-digit favorite. I think it was a minus 1,000 favorite and got finished. So I told you guys to stay away from that one. I think I said that last week. And I didn't trust it, and I'm glad I didn't because what I figured would happen happened with that fight. And then let's get into the prelims. Told you about Jacob Kasuba. I told you the Skitizis were on vacation. What did I say last week? That's for the cut down. The Skitizis are on vacation. That's right. I told you they were going to lose this week. I told you they were just here to come get that check, get a little vacation time with each other. You know, hey, bro, hey, sis, let's have a good time. Let's go get lunch, blah, blah, blah. That's what they were here to do in Glasgow, Scotland. if you're on vacation. Jacob Kasuba defeats Daniel Scatizzi by unanimous decision 30-27, 29-28, 29-28. Connor Hughes defeats Ignacio Capella by unanimous decision 29-28, 29-28, 29-28. Chanel Dyer defeats Valentina Scatizzi by split decision. That was a scary one, even though, I mean, Scatizzi was dancing on her and showboating and stuff, but not in a way that, I mean, she didn't deserve to do it because she wasn't really winning that much. So it was kind of weird at the time, but whatever. But yeah, Dyer wins the fight 29-28, 28-29, 29-28. Thank you. Should have been 29-28 across the board, but maybe we had some Italian judges. Who knows? Because we know what the French were doing this weekend. French, I got an eye on you. I know which way to bet on cards, though. There was no way you could give that to Saint Denis, but I see what you was doing this weekend. I see you, France. And then Paulina Wisniewska defeat Karolina Wojcik by unanimous decision, 30-27 across the board. That I did call wrong. I'm sorry for anyone who tailed that. I really didn't think Wisniewska was coming in like that. She came in with flaming mitts. She came in with flaming mitts. She was ready. And my other gold star, I told you, whoever the fuck they put in with Lorenzo Parente was getting beat up. And they had him at -115. I pray to God some of you people took him. I didn't get to take him because the fight was so early in the day. I honestly forgot when it was on, and I was so balls deep in UFC. But yeah, Lorenzo Parente won that round one on bar, minute 45 seconds in. What is up? Told you. Lorenzo Parente, what up? What a night of PFL fights. What a night of PFL fights. There's a couple more we'll talk about real quick. I don't want to leave them off. I can't do that. I can't do that to the people. We also had Matisse Zaharas, told you guys he would win, defeats Bryan Hasler by submission, rear naked choke, round 2, 4 minutes, 18 seconds. He had fought Lewis McGrillen Evans in the past, and I said they were both really good. I don't know why he's so low on the card and he's so high on the card when they just recently fought each other, and it was a tough matchup. So I was like, they got this guy low on the card. Yeah, definitely take him. He was a big favorite as well, but hey, I threw him in a couple parlays. The parlay didn't hit, obviously, but yeah, I threw him in. And then Gemma Auld beats Veronica Petruska by TKO punches, round 1, 4 minutes and 50 seconds. And that completes your PFL Europe 3 cards out of Glasgow, Scotland. What a night for the Scots. Great night of fights. Lots of finishes. What do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 finishes of the 14 fights on the card. That is a good ratio to me. That is and of the decisions, you got, let's see, 1 exhilarating decision, 2 exhilarating decisions. Yeah, it was a good night of fights. Only 4 boring decisions. I love those odds. Give me those every time. Thank you, Glasgow, Scotland. Thank you, PFL Europe. Thank you, PFL. We got more PFL coming up. Not for a couple of weeks, though. The next one will be October 19th. That is the PFL Super Fight Series. Ngannou Fajeda, Cyborg Pacheco, Eblin Edwards, AJ McKee, Paul Hughes. It's going to be a crazy night of fights. Yeah, that'll be October 19th at Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. So keep a lookout for the next coming PFL fights. But that will finish my PFL portion of the card. Let's see who dropped by in this bitch. Lazy Bed, what up? Like and share. Let's get it. Let's get it, baby. You know, a little Sunday action. Throw it on right before you get some helmet violence. Get some recap violence of the past weekend. I just went over PFL. If you want to scroll back a little bit, I didn't go too long, maybe about 12 minutes, something like that, 10 minutes, something light. But yeah, we're about to get into the UFC. Money Moicano, baby. Money Moicano. Let's go. Told you guys. Just in case I threw a little parlay in before I got to my Moicano bet and got to hedge with it, which was a beautiful feeling because no matter what, I was making hella bread. Yeah, Moicano stuns the entire world and Paris by TKOing, plus 1,400, by the way, TKOing Benoit Saint Denis. Just wow. The man TKO'd him. The least likely. Doctor stoppage, round 2. If you had fight starts round 3, you were devastated. Round 2. Wow. Moicano starts off the fight hot, comes right at him, goes for the takedown, gets it, gets in top position, enters that mount, drops elbows all over him, both eyes, forehead. He didn't care. He was just landing. He was throwing darts at the board, and they both landed on the eyes because cut his left eye, cut his right eye. I think he cut over the right eye and under the left eye. I could have that flipped, but cuts him up good. Fight's not looking good. I had a parlay between Imavov decision but I just had a French parlay to end it. I thought the co-main and main would just end French because of the weird judging I was seeing. So I had Imavov decision and Benoit Saint Denis. So I hedged with a money line Renato Moicano. Yeah, it was a good night. Moicano cashes. Doctor steps in at the end of round 2, in between rounds 2 and 3, looks at the eye, says something like, I'm not feeling it. Yeah, he basically gives the discretion to Mark Goddard, turns to Mark Goddard. Mark Goddard's like, nah, I'm ending this shit. He said, I'm ending this. So fight over. I believe it was Mark Goddard. I could be wrong about that, but fight over. Benoit Saint Denis never looked good. He looked slow. He looked behind. He was getting beat up every second of this fight. I never feared for Moicano's safety, not even once. He was coming back a little bit in round 2, throwing strikes back, but he basically looked like a zombie because of the beating he took at basically for 4 minutes in round 1. And Money Moicano wins again. Told you guys it was going to be an easy fight, and he succeeded. That's the last time I don't listen to this man. That's the first time I took him as a dog, and it won't be the last. He will be a dog in his next fight unless he fights Paddy Pimblett. His post-fight call out literally talked about anything but who he wants to fight next. Was talking about politics, was talking about the French Revolution, was talking about how he wants to make money, was talking about how he wants easy fights or he doesn't want easy fights. He was kind of not making sense after a while, but he rarely does make sense in his post-fight speeches. That's why we love Money Moicano. So Money Moicano does it again. What a freaking guy. Show Me the Money Pod. Go check his podcast out. Go give him a subscribe. Go give him a like. Money Moicano deserves all the praises, all the grace, all the money. My dude coming through again. Gotta love that guy. What's next for him? What is next for Money Moicano? He's not ranked, I believe. I could be wrong about that. Nope, he is ranked. He's ranked at number 11, and he took out number 12. Sorry about that. Money Moicano is ranked at number 11. Just took out number 12, so he's only looking forward from here, which means he's looking at Holloway, Fiziev, Gamrot, Dariush, Chandler, Hooker. He's not going to get a top 5. So, yeah, he's not going to get Saryukin. He's not going to get Oliveira. He's not going to get Gaethje. He's not going to get Poirier. There's a chance he can get Hooker, especially since he said Hooker was an easy fight. You know, Hooker don't take kindly to that language. So Dan Hooker might have a little response coming. You know what? Let me check out Dan Hooker's Twitter right now. Let me look if he has a response to that. Dan Hangman. Let me look at that right now. Did he say anything about that? He just posted, he pinned a Jalen Turner photo. He hasn't been on his Twitter in quite some time here. Huh. His last post was July 2023. He's been taking this ish serious. So who knows? Let me see his Insta. Maybe he talks the shit on there now. Let's see. Nope. Just a picture with, it looks like a male version of Michelle Watterson. Sorry. Anyways. Yeah. Moicano stuns. Crazy call outs. Can't wait to see what he gets next. It's not going to be a top 5er. It'll probably end up being a top 10 guy. I would say he's not getting Fiziev unless he wants that rematch, but Fiziev finished him. Gamrot might be a good matchup for him. I would like that fight, but I think they train together. Aren't they both top team guys? Dariush would be a good fight for him. That'll be a fun fight to watch. Chandler would be a fun fight, depending on what happens in Chandler in New York. And Hooker, obviously. Hooker's probably the one he's aiming for, which is probably why he said easy fight. And he probably saw that Hooker didn't quite have a fight booked yet. So that fight makes the most sense to me. I'd love to see Moicano Hooker. Moicano Hooker, sign me up. More money, more Hooker. Let's go. Yeah. And the only fight that makes sense was for him to avenge his 2020 KO loss to Fiziev otherwise. So those are the two fights I see next. I could also see a world where they make him fight under again and give him Paddy Pimblett. That would kind of suck, honestly, for him. He shouldn't have to fight down again, but hey, if he wants an easy fight, Paddy Pimblett would probably be it. Paddy Pimblett does tend to get taken down. His ground game is good, but Moicano doesn't get finished by submission. So he's only got finished by submission once, and it was Ortega. And I wouldn't put Paddy Pimblett in the same grappling range as Ortega, especially 2017 Ortega. 2017 Ortega, you know what that man was doing? You know that man was snatching necks, people. That man was KOing Clay Guida. He was triangling Diego Brandao. He was submitting Cub Swanson off the fence. That's the 2017 Bryan Ortega we're talking about. Yeah, I would have got subbed by him. Oliveira would have got subbed by that guy. Everybody would have got subbed by that guy, okay? So don't look at that as, oh, Moicano got subbed once. Oh, he's going to lose to Paddy Pimblett. But shut up. Shut the fuck up, please, respectfully. All right, let's move on. The rest of the card, we had UFC Paris. UFC Paris kind of delivered. I ain't gonna lie. Let's go top down from here. Nassourdineimavov beats Brendanallen. Brendanallen soundly took round one, wrestled him to the ground, beat him up, landed some shots. It was an easy round one. Brendanallen, easiest round one we could score ever. So Luke's looking happy. He's doing a little dance. He's already counting his money. He's like, yeah, so I could take this money and put it into the main event. I'm like, bro, that was round one. One round. There's two. This is a fight. There's two more rounds left. Brendanallen, guess he burned all that gas in round one because round two could not get a takedown for the life of him. Down blocks by Imavov. Knee to the mat. Shoulder going down to the mat. Pressing the shoulder of Allen into the mat as well so that he can't get the takedown. Can't get any pressure forward to go push for his takedown. Landing shots. Lands the most strikes that round. Easy Imavov round. 1-1 going into round three. And same story, round three for Brendanallen. Ends up going on his back, taking some shots, getting cut up on his nose. Brendanallen loses the round 2-1. 29-28, 29-28, 29-28, unanimous across the board. Imavov wins, cashes, decision. If you had an over, you were feeling happy. It was minus money, but you were still feeling happy. Not much to say about that fight. It wasn't anything crazy, but Allen kind of just gassed and let it go. There's something to be said about that pint of blood that he said it was taken from him and Moicano, the main and co-mains. Something to be said about that. Something to be said about the Paris commission being a little shady with this next fight I'll talk about. Gomis Brito. I don't know if any of you thought that Gomis won that fight. Maybe if you had money on him, you did. I don't think it went that way. I don't think he landed enough damaging strikes. I don't think he had enough octagon control. I don't think he had enough pressure. I don't think he had the better optics besides the crowd volume. William Gomis did not win that fight, and he cost me, my followers, and anybody else that had a brain on this fight a lot of money. Because if you looked at the odds, you looked at the guy's records in this fight, this honestly shouldn't have even been close. Let's be real here. Joanderson Brito gave this fight to William Gomis by not landing anything clean, just going in with crazy strikes, not really landing anything, going with a lot of pressure, getting some takedowns here and there, landing some strikes, getting a lot of control time in, but not doing anything to stamp the fight is his, besides that round two. That round two is clearly his, but most of the judges gave 1 and 3 to Gomis. Split decision, 29-28, 28-29, 29-28. Every judge gave him round 3. What the hell? Every judge gave Gomis round 3? That made no sense. That made no sense. One judge gave Brito rounds 1 and 2. The other 2 just gave him 2. One was the most Gomis round that I thought, which made, I don't know, man. The Paris Commission was not on their game tonight. I must say there was a couple decisions tonight where I was like, what? All right. Yeah, cool. There was 3. We'll get to that in a minute, though. But my boy Bryan Battle got the TKO win over Kevin Doucette. TKOs him in round 2. 3 minutes and 47 seconds left. Let's go. Call that. He was in all the parlays. If you saw him in both parlays, you knew to bet him. Bryan Battle, money line. Cash it. Cash it, baby. I threw a hella bread on it. You already know. You already know, baby. Bryan Battle. Looking for gold. Had the gold chains on this week. Had the gold shorts on this week. Had the gold hair on this week. Looking good. Fought good. You look good, you fight good. You play good. But Bryan Battle, another good win. We'll talk about him in a little bit. Morgancharriere defeated Gabriel Miranda. What a KO. Lands a crazy punch. KOs him in round 2, 27 seconds in. It was, the round had just started and he just clocks him. Fight over. I was looking towards my decision. I had Charriere decision. I was like, this is looking good. And then boom. Another, and then boom. Farizium takes the soul of Matt Frevola. Matt Frevola. Scary looking KO. Takes a fat knee right to the chin. His neck was already turned that direction. Just turn the lights off immediately. Mouthpiece flies out of his mouth to the tip of his lips. Hits the ground. Mouthpiece pops out. Farizium lands a fat right and a left hook. I don't even know how he landed a left hook to the ground. He landed a fat right straight and then a left hook on the ground. And just, that definitely put Frevola to sleep for an extra minute or two because he was out for a while, unresponsive. He finally started moving his limbs after a little bit. They got him up. He was okay, thankfully. Shout out to his friends, his family, all those who love him, because that was a scary KO. Glad to see he's okay. Long Island took an L there, but hey, maybe he'll be back. Maybe that's a career for him. He is 35 years of age, and not getting any closer to a title shot after that. So we'll see what happens there. An always fun fighter. Love to see what's next for him. But I hope it's something safe and something not too dangerous, because a KO like that, you definitely need to take at least 6 to 9 months off, maybe even a year. That KO is no joke. And then the prelims, a lot of decisions on the prelims. It was a snooze fest on the prelims. So we're going to go through it quick. Kudalaba beats Ivan Urslan, split decision. Oumarsy, very well done. Nice looking prospect. Defeats Jung Dawoon. Unanimous decision, 30-27 across the board. Looked great. Showed off his striking. Showed off his grappling. Showed that he is a little gas tank to go all 3. I think this is one of the only times he has been all 3. And it looked good out there. France, we got another one. Ziem, C, Charriere. You guys all looked great tonight. And then Ludovic Klein defeats Roosevelt Roberts. Unanimous decision, 30-27, 29-28, 29-28. Klein should have got the finish. He did not. Killed the parlay. What can you say? Roosevelt Roberts did what a guy coming in on short notice in a foreign country is supposed to do. He came in there and tried to get the win and fell short. Taylor Lapalus defeats Vince Morales. Unanimous decision, 30-27 across the board. Never a doubt in my mind that he was going to lose this fight. Should have thrown him in the parlays. I felt bad about it. I took him straight anyways, though. We won some bread. You already know. And Eileen Perez, thank you for all you did this week. Yeah, goat shed. I've been putting you guys on a goat shed for a while now. Are you guys gonna listen? Are you guys gonna listen? Their fighters are really good, man. I even call that one Bellator guy that almost got the win over Sabatello at a goat shed. Pay attention, y'all. Come on. Eileen Perez, easy win, submission, arm triangle choke, round 1, 3 minutes and 52 seconds in. They said this week that she was actually playing possum when she was shaking on the scale. That was on purpose. It kind of looked on purpose too, because it looked like she was twerking a little bit. I ain't gonna lie to you. The twerk after the fight was better though, I must say. This was a catch weight. She missed weight, 136.5 pounds. Shit happens. You know, with the ladies, it's a little difficult. You know, menstrual troubles can lead to bad weight cuts. I don't know if that's the reason. I'm just saying it's a little harder depending on the time to make weight sometimes. So I give a mulligan on that. It was only a half a pound that she missed by. So not too much, but yeah, she gets the submission arm triangle choke. Round 1, goat check gets another win. Watch out for Julian Robinson. Watch out for Eileen Perez. Watch out for anybody coming out of Goat Shed. Anybody coming out of there. That's an up-and-coming gym. Up-and-coming gym. I'm telling you right now. The way we're looking at Fighting Nerds, the way we're looking at all these other gyms, look at Goat Shed, man. They got some killers in there. And then Daniel Bada took on Victor Altamirano, drops him multiple times. But Altamirano landed more strikes, was pressuring, was doing all the right things, but the judges didn't see it his way. The Spaniard wins. Unanimous decision, 29-28, 29-28, 29-28. And then the women's bantamweight fight, some more questionable judging. Cavalcanti defeats Cornell. They had a split. Judge almost gave it to Cornell. I had a bet on Cornell. Still didn't see it that way, but hey, split 28-29, 29-28, 29-28. Cavalcanti gets the split. And then Chris Duncan sleeps Balaji Oki in a technical submission guillotine. He was on bottom. The guy fell asleep onto his chest, pushes him off. Ref didn't even realize he was asleep. Yeah, what a submission. Capped it off. What a sick win. UFC Paris delivered. I ain't gonna lie, UFC Paris delivered. A lot of good fights. The prelims were boring, but the main card definitely delivered. You could skip the prelims, honestly. If you're going to watch it all back, skip the prelims. You could watch the first fight on the prelims just to watch something funny happen. Skip everything else. You don't need to see Perez's submission unless you want to see her twerk. It was good, but it was such an easy setup. Like, it's not even worth watching. Lapulus, Klein, C, Kutalaba, all decisions. Nothing crazy. No crazy strikes landed in any of those fights. Maybe a subtle drop here and there, but nothing worthwhile watching. Then watch the entire main card. Honestly, every fight was good. Ziam Frivola, crazy KO. Charriere Miranda, crazy KO. Battle Juicette, crazy KO. Gomis Brito, questionable decision. Watch it back to see if I'm wrong or right. Imavov Allen, crazy tide change, and then Imavov just ran away with it. And then Moicano just piecing up Saint Denis. It's worth just even listening to the crowd throughout the night. The crowd was phenomenal. UFC Paris, France. Phenomenal. I haven't heard a crowd like that in a while. I just bought a LG soundbar and was listening to it in surround sound too. So I was getting the full experience. Like I was actually there. It was sick. It honestly made me want to go watch even regional MMA in France. Like that's how good it was. If that's what they're doing, if that's how they're rolling over there, sign me up, yo. Sign my ass up. Yeah, so that was it. That was it for the UFC Paris results. There was a couple hammers on the card. They was using these hands. You already know. And let's get to our fighter spotlight of the week. I haven't done one in a while. I got to do it. He was in both my parlays. The Golden Goose. The boy with the golden hair, the golden chain, and the golden shorts. Bryan Battle. Bryan the Butcher Battle. Wow. What a win this weekend. What a win. Formerly known as Pooh Bear. 30 years old. He's a 6'1 welterweight. Now 11-2 with 4 KOs, 5 submissions. Former tough winner with I think it was a submission win over Gilbert Urbina. He's finished all his UFC fights except for his decision win over Tresean Gore and his loss to Renat Fakhretdinov. Yeah. He's only been finished once, and it was early in his career. So, little mulligan there. But like, finishes over Gabe Green, AJ Cunningham, Kevin Jousset now, Takashi Sato. I mean, those are pretty decent names to have under your belt. Finishing those guys, you finished Gabe Green and Kevin Jousset. You finished those dudes. That's pretty dope. Well done. Well done, Bryan Battle. He's got a promising career. I mean, I don't know if you guys listened to his story or if you watched that tough season, but he grew up with all his sisters. You know, he was the man of the house. He was actually overweight as a kid. You can kind of see in his body type a little bit, but he was overweight as a young guy and turned to MMA to kind of turn his life around. Helped him lose a lot of weight, helped him gain his confidence, helped him feel like he was a protector of his household, which was, you know, it was just huge as a man. You know, kind of like the story of Khalil Rountree, who fights next weekend. Khalil Rountree, similar position. He was a young guy, very overweight, turned to MMA. It gave him a release, a place to feel powerful. And look where these guys are at now. Both of them either fighting for a championship or well on their path to fighting for a championship. So Bryan Battle, what a win. That KO finish was pretty crazy. He's just the output that he was just beating on his man. It was kind of I was happy to see it. But like, I mean, the one sole loss by submission, the one time he was finished was Nicholas Martino. It was also in September, but that was in 2019. I mean, it was an armbar round one. It happened early. They were dry. I get it. I get it. You're young, early in your career, you know. But like, look at this list of people he's beating. He's ninja choked Andre Petrosky. Yeah, Petrosky, the submission guy, the grappler. Ninja choked that man. That was round 2, minute and 2 seconds. Ninja choke. Oh, wait, sorry. Round 2, 2 minutes and 5 seconds. Ninja choke. And that was on tough. Yeah. Then he canceled his bout against Tresean Gore, August 28th. Goes on to fight Gilbert Urbina. Rear nakeds him. Wins tough. Goes on to beat Tresean Gore, another tough contestant of his. Unanimous decisions him. Goes to 6-1. That was in February of 2022. Takes a tough fight against Takashi Sato. Says, tough guy halfway across the world. Yeah. Take this head kick, bro. 44 seconds into round 1. Eat that. Dubber. August. Another win in August for him. August is a good month for him. Then takes a really tough fight. Honestly, I commend him for taking this fight in December of 2022. He takes a fight against Renat Fakhretdinov. Let's take a look at Renat Fakhretdinov, the guy that he lost to. You ready for this? 23-2-1. 7 wins by submission, 11 wins by KO. Has wins over Nicholas Dalby, Douglas Lima, Eliseu Zaleski dos Santos, Kevin Lee, Eric Spicely, Andres Michailidis, and Bryan Battle himself. Come on, bro. I would have lost to him. Damn near John Jones would have lost to him. Just joking. I'm joking. Relax. But now he's got to fight against Nursultan Rizibov. So honestly, Bryan Battle won that because Nursultan, they're basically fighting carbon copies of each other. So screw that. I'm glad for Bryan Battle. After the Renat Fakhretdinov fight, turns it around, takes a little time off, about 6 months, comes back against Gabe Green, counter right hook, knocks him out in round 1, 14 seconds. What a win on ABC. Makes himself a household name. Not a household name. Now I'm getting carried away with myself. But makes himself known. Puts himself on the map in May of 2023. Lines up a fight against AJ Fletcher in September of 2023. Wins that fight by rear naked in round 2. 4 minutes and 32 seconds. Lines up a fight against Angel Lusa. Angel Lusa finds a way out of the fight, gets eye poked, says, I can't fight anymore. No contest. But we all know which way that direction was going. Bryan Battle was about to finish him in that round 2. As you can see in all his fights, he tends to finish in round 2. But this guy found a way out March 16th of this year, 2024. Gets out in round 2. Should be a win, but ends up being a no contest. So he stays at 10-2. Then gets this win over Kevin Juset. Goes to 11-2, which is where we have Bryan Battle right now. This man has looked great. I've always known he was going to do something since I was watching him on Tough, since he won Tough. I knew he was going to be something. He seems like he's well on his path. I really do think he could be a welterweight champion. I mean, look at the rankings, and you tell me if he can't beat some of these guys. Neil Magny, Kevin Holland, Vicente Luque, Michael Page. Then first tough fight I see for him, Michael Morales. That would be a good fight. Bryan Battle, Michael Morales. Joaquin Buckley, I could see Battle winning that fight. Jeff Neal, I could see Battle win that fight. Stephen Wonderboy Thompson, I could see Battle winning that fight. Then we got Gilbert Burns, second tough fight for Battle. Ian Machado Gary, third tough fight. Sean Brady. Now we get into the tough fights of the division. Top 10 is where it gets serious. But honestly, I would love a 15 for Battle next. Maybe Neil Magny. Kevin Holland's got a middleweight fight lined up against Olidze, so don't worry about that. Vicente Luque is probably fighting Nick Diaz next. Michael Page has a fight lined up. I don't think Michael Morales has a fight lined up. So if we can do the Neil Magny or Michael Morales fights, probably Neil Magny. That would be best. Do a Neil Magny fight against Battle. That would be a perfect setup for him. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Because I think that would go to decision. I don't see Magny getting knocked out by him. But that would be a great next fight for Battle. Honestly, I would love that for him. So we'll see what happens next for Battle. He's well on his way to gold. He's been singing those praises all week. He's been saying how he's on a quest now. Now he's on a mission. Now he knows what he wants to do. He wants to win. He wants to be the champion of the welterweight division, and I think he can do it. I really do. So Bryan Battle, my fighter spotlight of the week. Keep looking out for him. The man's going on to do great things. He's getting good finishes. He's a finisher, and that's what we like. That's what we like to see out of our prospects, out of our contenders, out of our future champions. That's what we like to see on the rise. Because if you're finishing people on the rise, you can finish them at the top. It's going to be harder, but you can. So you don't want to end up being a Bilal Muhammad. You don't want to end up being a Movsar Evloev, where they just keep you near the top because you can't really get finishes and no one wants to see you as champion because you're not going to have exciting fights. You may still be the champion, but people want to see finishes. And Bryan Battle does that. So he deserves this fighter spotlight of the week. And can't wait to see what he's got coming up. All right, moving on. Let's get into some boxing. Boxing happened this week? Yeah, boxing happened this week. We had a female boxer become a 3-weight champion this week. Lightweight, junior middleweight, junior lightweight. Terry Harper beats Rhiannon Dixon by unanimous decision. Harper of Doncaster drops 3 weight divisions to revive her career. She dominated Dixon and won by 97-93, 97-93, 96-94. This happened at Canon Medical Arena in Sheffield, England. Harper's the first female boxer in the UK to win world titles in 3 weight classes. Again, that is lightweight, junior middleweight, and junior lightweight. She basically needed to win because she lost to Cecilia Brækhus in a junior middleweight fight in October. She got stopped in a 4th round by Sandy Ryan at welterweight. So it wasn't looking good. And honestly, not a lot of people gave her a shot to win this. But she won the fight. She's now 15-2-2, 6 KOs. She's only 27, too. So to do that, 3 weight divisions, female champion, UK, she's got something going for her right now. She's going to set herself up for some really good fights. But I just wanted to quickly touch on that. There was some boxing this week. If you missed it, I just want you guys to know that. That's some important news. That's history, especially for the UK. Lots of Europe milestones happened this week. Europe was popping off in the MMA scene and the combat sports scene this week. So yeah, shout out to them. And now for the moment we've all been waiting for. That's right, y'all. Do the dance, make a little love, get down tonight, get down tonight. Hey, this week's wins. This week's wins. Wins. This week's wins. Yes, this week's wins. We did it, y'all. We got a parlay to hit. We got a parlay to hit. We did it. Let's do that first. Let's get the parlay out of the way. Let's get it the fuck out of the way. All right. I know my UFC parlay didn't hit. I know my UFC high risk parlay didn't hit. I know my PFL parlay didn't hit. But guess what, people? The PFL high risk parlay hit, motherfucker. Let's go. Plus 555. Chanel Dyer, Connor Hughes, Robert Weifer, Lorenzo Parente, Jacob Kasuba, Stevie Ray. Cash it. Cash it. Cash it. Cash it. I told you. One of those parlays is going to hit. I wish I put more on it. I really do. I really do wish I put more on it. But shit happens. You know, I only put 25. I normally put like 100 on all the parlays. I usually drop 400 on these parlays. So I usually at least make my money back, you know. Should have threw a little more on that. Could have won me a nice like 600-700. Fucked up. But yeah, we still win. If you tail the parlays and you won as well, please email me onemoreroundfights@gmail.com. Send me a pic of the slip. I will feature you. Put your name up on the board. Maybe I'll start writing names on the white wall behind me. Who knows? White paint's easy. I could just paint over it when I get out of this spot. So maybe I'll do that. Start writing names real big. You'd like that, wouldn't you? You'd like me to deface my house. Yeah. But yeah, send your wins in. Let's start off. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, right there. Yeah, this week's wins. Let's start off with a little UFC win. FanDuel hit me off nicely. Yeah, I took Moicano TKO. I'm a sick fuck. I know. I took him. And took him straight up too, because I got that dog in me, baby. I got that dog in me. Moicano, doing your boy good. Money Moicano never fails. $1,000 off Money Moicano. Just saying. Love that guy. Love him. And hit him up on DraftKings. So technically, I want $1,000 off Moicano. Yeah. Yeah, basically want $1,000 off Moicano. Thank you, Moicano. Appreciate you, buddy. Love you. Moicano, give him his praises. Plus 210. Get $310 off him. Get another 320 from FanDuel. Get another 150 from him. I mean, what more can you say? Money Moicano lives up to his name. Listen to the man. Money Moicano all day, baby. Then I parlayed the main event with Saint Denis. So, I mean, the co-main event. I parlayed the co-main event with Saint Denis. So, didn't make any money off that. Just made off Moicano. But Bryan Battle got me good on both apps too. What's good? Bryan Battle making me some bread. Look at that. Wow, Bryan Battle, welcome to the Parlay Club. You're in my parlays for life, daddy. Let's get it. Let's get this money. Hunyan. Bryan Battle doing me well, man. Look at that. Turning 230 of my dollars into 360 of my dollars. Not bad. At minus 168, he did what he was supposed to do. Glad if you took him. Glad if you made money off of him. if you heard my breakdown last week, I was singing praises of oumarsy. I was saying he's going to be a beast this week. So you know I was going to take a money line. You know it. I wasn't going to go crazy because you know me in prospects. I don't trust him. After that Robelis de Spania bullshit, you Robelis, you scarred me for life, buddy. I can't go hard on prospects no more. You got me gun shy. I can't do it. Look at this. Only 50. You see what my units is at? Even I was shaky. I didn't even do the full 50 on one of them. I was like, nah. Also made a little money on my boy Lappy Loose. Yeah. Something light. He was a big favorite. So I was like, let me just pick up like $50 here. Pick up quick 50. Little 20 spot here, little 30 spot there. You know, quick 50. Something light. Something light. And then my girl, twerking to the win, twerking to the win, and twerking to the win. Let's go, baby. Yeah. I took her 3 different ways and cash still. Submission or points, cash it. TKO or submission, cash it. I knew the submission was going to be in there, though. I just wanted to be safe. I wanted to be safe, so I wanted to cover all my bases. No matter what, I was going to make money here. I mean, plus 330. Are you joking? Yeah, of course. If submission's in there, I was going to take that. I should have took both of them with that. It was a dumb move for me to take it 2 different ways, but hey, if in hindsight, obviously I would have taken the TKO or submission, but what can you do? What can you do? What can you do? Yeah. So again, Eileen Perez, making your boy some bread, making your boy some bread. Look at those double chances. If you see an outcome in double chances, guys, see an outcome in double chances. One of them's really unlikely, but you really think the other one's gonna happen, and they're giving you high odds on it. Why would you not take the 2 chances? The fight could end that way. I just take the highest odd as long as it has one of the outcomes that I know is going to happen in there. I'll just take the higher one. I don't care if it's very unlikely. I think it's going to be a sub anyways. You already know. And then the parlay L of the week, you know, Joe Anderson Brito. Damn, dude. You're supposed to make $433 here. Damn, dude. That split decision got us. Split decision got us. And you already know the other parlays. Go look at my Instagram to know the ones that lost. I don't have to put those up again. But yeah, that was this week's wins. Yeah, it was a decent week. It was a decent week for us. Yeah, it was. Feeling pretty solid over here. Feeling a solid 240 over here. Feeling solid 240. Feeling solid. You know, this week's wins. Life is okay. Life is okay. What can you do? I got no complaints. None at all. Moving on. We got UFC 307, Pereira versus Rountree. We're getting a knockout this weekend in our main event, people. Let's be real. We're getting a knockout. If you take the decision, you're a sick fuck, and you hate your money. You like to throw away money, is what it comes down to. But I'm going to give you a few picks. Nothing crazy. You know you got to watch out for my parlay slips later in the week. Right here, you're just getting a little insight. I'll go through the entire card, bottom to top. Give you guys just a little bit of insight on my way up. And then you look out for my posts. You like those posts that I put out this week. And yeah. We got Court McGee, Tim Means. I'm thinking Tim Means there. Esparza Pennington, Esparza. Span St. Preux. I love my Haitians. I'm going to put money on them, but I'm probably going to go with Span. Decision. I don't see OSP getting finished. And Cesar Almeida, Eor Porteria, Cesar Almeida, Reno Rodriguez, Yasmin Lucindo, Rodriguez. And then let's get in depth. We got Stephen Wonderboy Thompson, Joaquin Buckley. Joaquin Buckley looking good, strong striker, in and out movement, likes to put a stamp on fights. Wonderboy point fighter. I think Buckley will figure him out. He's just got too much power. At this point in Stephen Wonderboy Thompson's age, the way he fights is going to start catching up to him, and I think Joaquin Buckley is the guy to catch him. So I got probably Buckley KO here. Dolidze Holland. Dolidze's going to grapple him. Why would he stand with Kevin Holland, who's got a clear problem with grapplers, even at 170? So 185 is definitely going to be a problem. Dolidze takes him down, beats him up. I don't think he finishes him. Dolidze decision. Then we have Caitlin Vieira versus Kayla Harrison. Moving on. Kayla Harrison. Probably a finish too. Kayla Harrison. Bantamweight, we have Jose Aldo, Mario Bautista. Mario Bautista trains with Sean O'Malley. Jose Aldo's just looked good every time he's come back. I refuse to bet against him. Jose Aldo decision. I don't see finishing Mario Bautista. I don't see Bautista doing enough to beat Aldo handily. So I got to go with Aldo here. And then we have two title fights. We have women's bantamweight, Raquel Pennington versus Juliana Pena. I always go with Julie, but this fight scares me. It could go to decision. Juliana's coming off a long layoff. Pennington is the champ, newfound championship glory. Doesn't want to lose that. I'm just going to go fight goes the distance here. But if I had to put my money on it, I'll probably put it on Pena to get her belt back. And then light heavyweight, Pereira's knocking out Khalil Rountree. Take the under 3.5. That's that. That's that. Rountree is our champion on Monday. On Sunday. It's been a weird year for MMA, but I don't think that weird. I don't think that weird. In the year that we have Merab Dvalishvili, Dricus du Plessis, Bilal Muhammad, and Raquel Pennington as our champions, I don't think it gets even weirder. No. Pereira's staying champion. Pereira's got to stay champion. And that's what's happening. Those are my picks. Keep an eye out for my parlay that I put out later this week. It'll be on Instagram, and I'll drop it on the YouTube here. And that's it for me this week, guys. I get you out of here just after 12. I didn't take too long. Sped through it quickly. Again, please follow. Hit the QR codes down below. For Luke, main card minute right here. For me, one more round right here. Please put your phone up to that QR code, scan it, and you will be able to subscribe to us. Again, please like, follow, subscribe. One More Round Fights on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, all that. If you want to show us your wins, email us your wins, onemoreroundfights@gmail.com. Thank you to our sponsor, W.GG. Again, use promo code One More Round for a percentage off. I forget what it is. I'll know by next time. But again, use promo code One More Round at W.GG. Thank you. Any other sponsors that want to be a part of this show, hit me up. Hit me up. Taco Bell, hit me up. Domino's, hit me up. Wendy's, hit me up. Burger King, hit me up. CBD products, hit me up. THC products, hit me up. Gambling apps, DraftKings, FanDuel, hit me up. You see the parlays I be putting out. We winning, baby. You trying to make the people money? You trying to... Oh, wait, you're the sports book. Forget it. Forget I said that. But anyways, yeah, hit me up. Trying to get this money, trying to get paid, y'all. Let's make this big. Let's make this big. I'm trying to get you paid. Look at did you see the wins? Scrub back and go see this week's wins. You joking? Stick with me, kid. We're going places. Again, my name is Gav. I'm the host of this here show. Please come back next week, next Sunday. Check us out. We'll have some more wins for you. We'll talk about what happened over the weekend, and we'll take a look ahead at the next weekend. And guess what? I'm going to make you some motherfucking money, baby. Let's get it. Have a good weekend. Enjoy the football games. Enjoy the baseball games. And enjoy the upcoming fights. Peace, y'all.